Hello, this is SpokeTV, a weekly news show produced by second-year journalism students at Conestoga College. I'm Jason Asa.
And I'm Marty Young. A bridge over the Grand River in Cambridge is 1 year into a scheduled 2-year replacement closure. SpokeTV's Tushar Sethi joins us with a look at how the prolonged closure has affected this community.
Thank you. I'm here at the Fontan Street Bridge where the big construction is going on. Only the pedestrian and cyclists are allowed to pass through. No automobile or no vehicle is allowed here. The shortest way to go to Kitchener from Cambridge is this bridge, but it's closed. It's been closed a year. The Region of Waterloo website states that construction might go on for another year. Rob Falls, a resident who works in Kitchener, says he's waiting for the bridge to be like a new again.
Great. I work on the the southwest end of Kitchener, so it'll be a lot quicker for me once the bridge is finished. So we're looking forward to that.
Stephanie Gig, a Cambridge resident, says her grandfather was one of the people who first built this bridge in 1957. Dave Campbell, resident at Shanshale, is happy that this bridge is closed.
Twofold. My wife actually works at the college, and so it's a drive down the highway to get there. But all of us dog walkers are happy with it.
The construction is peaceful and doesn't affect the neighborhood with any kind of noise.
To be honest, we don't notice the sound during the day. There's a bit of hammering and stuff like that, but nothing you can't.
1 year has passed and 1 year is left for this bridge to reopen. Well, this construction might go on for another year or so. Because of the winter season, it might be extended. Back to you, studio.
And thanks, Tushar. And freedom of speech and transgender issues are a topic that have come to a forefront of our conversation at Wilfrid Laurier University, following an incident involving a teaching assistant and a debate including a controversial professor. Matthew DeVette Johnson has more how the staff and students are reacting.
Wilfrid Laurier University is over 100 years old and one of the many titans of higher education in Ontario and Canada as a whole. However, recently, the university has been caught up in a controversy. Lindsay Shepard, a teaching assistant at Laurier, released a recording of a disciplinary hearing she had with her superiors, where she was chastised for showing a video to her class of a debate featuring University of Toronto professor Jordan Peterson. Peterson has made many comments considered offensive by the transgender community, which one of her students complained about. This event sparked a fierce debate on campus about the balance between freedom of speech and protecting minority groups from discriminatory, hateful, or offensive comments and opinions. Kira Williams is a PhD candidate of geography at Laurier, as well as a TA and a transgender woman. She is of the opinion that, while freedom of speech is important, there should be a limit on what you can say or show in a classroom.
While I do recognize that free speech is important, I think that free speech doesn't give you permission to say destructive and unethical things in the classroom. And in particular, I think that when you say hateful things in the classroom against an identifiable group, it can have very powerful consequences on that group itself.
The incident has sparked a pair of petitions by Laurier students and faculty, one of which urges the university to protect the rights to free speech and free expression for all people on campus, while the other seeks to protect trans and gender non-binary individuals on campus from hateful and offensive statements and ideas. Williams herself is unsure where the line between free speech and hate speech lies exactly, but she does know that the statements presented by Jordan Peterson cross it. For SpokeTV, I'm Matthew DeVette Johnston.
It has been just over 2 weeks since the Wynne Liberals passed back-to-work legislation, effectively ending the longest faculty strike in Ontario's history. Despite the added pressure to make up for lost time, many students say it's just nice to be back. SpokeTV's Connor Morgan has more.
After 5 weeks of being out of the classroom, college students in Ontario can finally get back to doing schoolwork. The strike ended November 19th, after legislation was passed by the Liberal and Conservative parties to send the faculty back to work. While there are still many questions that need answering, students are starting to gain some clarity on their options going forward.
So there's two different initiatives, like you just said. There's net tuition rebate if students choose to withdraw, and there is a 2-week window for that. The dates and specific pieces of that are available on the Conestoga website.
In addition, there's an opportunity for students completing their semester to gain money compensation.
The other thing that has been established by the Ministry of Advanced Education and Skills Development is the hardship fund that you're speaking of. So up to $500 for students who have incurred financial hardship over and above what they would have if classes had been running.
There are mixed feelings from students on whether they should stay or start fresh in the new semester. Some feel the condensed workload is manageable, and shouldn't affect them too negatively.
I think it's just too close to finals in January, where I think I can just hold out for the next month or so.
Others think it may be too much having them playing catch-up in the weeks to come and are considering dropping the semester.
I am thinking about it right now because I am in my first year in the first semester, so I've only been really at school for 5 weeks. I've been out of school with the strike almost just as long as I was in school for.
Another pressing topic is the shortened Christmas break and its effects on students with travel plans and family gatherings.
It affected some of my travel plans, so I think I lost some money having to wait to book some flights.
It kind of takes away not only time for personal stuff to do with family, but to be able to recoup.
I don't think it's really fair that it cuts into our Christmas break because I feel like as students we work pretty hard throughout the semester so that we earn the break.
Students will have 2 weeks to decide whether they would like to continue and finish the semester or drop out and receive a full refund. For SpokeTV, I'm Connor Morgan.
And St. Jacob's Farmers Market has a new owner. The St. Jacob's Farmers Market is one of the most visited places for tours and a landmark that put St. Jacob's on the map. It's sold on Wednesday to a Kitchener family named the Schlegel family, who owns Schlegel Urban Development. The purchase of the market also includes the St. Jacob's Outlets, Market Road Antiques, and the TSC store property. The Schultz family owned the St. Jacob's Farmers Market since 1975, which involves 45 acres of land. The selling price has not yet been released to the public.
Retirement is a wonderful thing, but faculty and students will certainly miss a particular professor when he closes his career at Conestoga College. Connor Morgan has more.
The voice of Conestoga College is retiring at the end of this semester.
Hi, CJIQ, the Tri-Cities alternate rock. How are you? I'm Paul Scott. Thanks so much for hanging out for us. It's almost 11 minutes after 1 o'clock on this Friday afternoon. When you call 748-5220, the main college switchboard number, mine's the first voice you'll hear.
Paul Scott has announced he will be hanging up the gloves in just over a month's time.
We'll be so glad to be rid of him. We'll be so glad that he's gone. Paul Scott, gone. That's probably the best thing that could happen to the college. No, I'm seriously though.
Jokes aside, Corny's opens up about Scott and his contributions.
Paul is a consummate professional who has had a great radio career. We've been lucky here at Conestoga to have him twice. Once in the late 80s, I think it was, and more recently now. He'll be very much missed by everybody he works with.
Scott is very unique in his craft in many ways.
Not only is he a great broadcaster, but he really cares as an instructor about his students.
He is loved by faculty and students alike, and his general energy will not easily be replaced.
I think he has an ability to really bring people together into a cohesive unit, not only in his classroom, but he's known by everybody around the college.
So what's next for Scott?
I can't wait for the next adventure. I'm not sure what that's going to be. And maybe it'll be something here, but not as coordinator and a full-time faculty.
Whatever Paul Scott decides to do next, he will have the unconditional love and support of the entire Conestoga community. For SpokeTV, I'm Connor Morgan.
Thanks, Connor. Ice cream comes in many flavors. Your ice cream can come now with liquid nitrogen. This adds excitement and smoke, but still keeps it sweet in your treat. But do you know what it does to your health? SpokeTV's Varsha Sriganesh reports.
Liquid nitrogen ice cream could be the bridge between taste and health. Cool N2 is downtown Toronto's newest joint for smoky ice cream made from huge tanks of nitrogen. Mia Mengli, the owner of N2, talks about the safe usage of nitrogen.
Yes, it's very, very safe for us because there's 78% in the air is nitrogen, so it's very safe. But it burns sometimes, but if your skin is dry, so it's very safe for us.
The process of making the dessert starts with the filling up of some nitrogen in milk cans, then pouring some batter in the mixer, and then pouring the nitrogen in the batter, which hardens the ice cream. When it's ready, some more nitrogen is added to get the smoky effect, which is what, according to the workers, has drawn the customers in. Mays, a pharmacist from the Boardwalk Medical Hospital, talks about the risks of consuming liquid nitrogen.
If liquid nitrogen is ingested, it can pick up heat very fast. It boils and then becomes gas, and also that really damages the GI tract. I always see it's fun to look at, it's pretty to look at, but why ingest a chemical when you don't need to?
Virendra Singh, a customer of N2, talks about his love for this dessert.
Yes, I know about the risk. I am aware about the risk, but I love ice cream. I think everybody loves ice cream.
The owner says that Cool and 2 is a hotspot amongst the youth and food lovers.
This new trend of nitrogen ice cream does have a dramatic outlook, but make sure you educate yourself before trying this new trend of ice cream. For SpokeTV, I'm Varsha Sriganesh reporting.
Thanks, Varsha. Waterloo Regional Police have launched a new initiative aimed at improving community relations. Operation Heat launched Friday in partnership with Circle K, and we'll see officers distribute vouchers for free hot chocolate to youth exhibiting good behavior. Police Chief Brian Larkin says it's important to let youth know that police are grateful for their good deeds and choices that make their homes and communities a safer place to live. The program is expected to run throughout the winter months.
And now, with a look at weather, here's Marty Young.
Thank you, Jason. Now taking a look at your forecast. Currently, it's cloudy with a high of 5, expected overnight low of -4. Looking to Wednesday, cloudy with a high of 0, low of -5. Moving into Thursday, cloudy again with a high of -1 and expected overnight low of -4. Moving into Friday, cloudy with a high of -2, low of -6. And for Saturday, for any of you venturing out to the Chris Kindle Market, it's going to be a nice day with a high of -1 and expected low of -5.
And thanks, Marty. Here's your sports roundup for the week. In college football, the college football playoff rankings are in, and the top 4 teams in the U.S. with number 1 is Clemson Tigers. Just behind at 2 are the Oklahoma Sooners, the highest they have been ranked in the rankings. Number 3 are the Georgia Bulldogs, and number 4 are the Alabama Crimson Tide, who have made the playoffs 4 straight years. In soccer, the Major League Soccer Cup final rematch is set for the 2nd year in a row. Seattle Sounders will face Toronto FC. Will Toronto defend their home by winning their first MLS Cup since joining the league in 2005, or will Seattle become the 3rd team to win back-to-back championships since 2012? The match is on December 9th. In hockey, the Kitchen Rangers pulled 2 wins away from the Windsor Spitfires and Erie Otters over the weekend. The Kitchen Rangers annual Teddy Bear toss is December 5th against the Windsor Spitfires at home. Sarnia Sting is atop the Western Conference in the OHL.
Thanks, Jason. At Cafe Pyrus, anyone can view the works of local artists. The artist on display presently is Bienko, a local sketch artist that chooses small local cafes to sketch in on site.
Every cafe is beautiful in its own way, has certain things that are only unique to the place, and no, that's what inspires me, you know, like I'm trying to find those little tiny things sometimes that are so unique, but they make the place, and that's what I do. I'm trying to capture that spirit.
Bienko captures the people, the setting, and the culture of the cafe. At Cafe Pyrus, the sketches of Bienko will be on display during the month of December.
And December officially marks the beginning of the Christmas season. On December 1st, tons of KW residents get together at the museum for a good cause. SpokeTV's Varsha Sriganesh gives us more.
It was another festive Friday for a good cause at CBC Radio 1's annual fundraiser, Sounds of the Season. Kitchener-Waterloo community was brought together to enjoy a live broadcast showcasing diverse holiday music in support of the food bank of Waterloo region. CBC's executive producer, Gary Graves, talks about the support that has been developing for the past 5 years.
And every year at 5:30 in the morning, people from all through the region start showing up, and by 6 o'clock, 200, 220 people are sitting here in chairs watching us. It's amazing the support that our program has and that the people have for the food banks.
Donation boxes were set up in front of the lobby of the museum. Ruth Friendship Keller, manager of marketing and communications for the food bank, talks about the fundraiser.
It's a fun event and people get up really early to be here in studio. They also donate online, they bring donations here, and throughout the month of December, CBC will continue to collect food and financial donations for us.
Craig Norris of CBC's The Morning Edition was the host for the event. He talks about their motive for broadcasting the program.
It's basically to raise awareness, and it's the time of year when people are in the giving mood, right?
Kitchener MPP Diane Verneil and Regional Chair Ken Seeling were some of the political appearances at the event.
If you'd like to be a part of this good cause, CBC Kitchener-Waterloo are accepting donations throughout December. For more information, check out the CBC website. For SpokeTV, I'm Varsha Sriganesh.
Christmas in Cambridge is a month-long celebration of all things holiday in Hespeler. SpokeTV's Josh Darwen has more.
Christmas might still be a month away, but not for the residents of Cambridge. The annual Music and Lights in the Village Festival gets underway, and with that opens the festivities for a month of Christmas events happening throughout Cambridge.
That is the launch of Christmas in Cambridge. This is the first event, so it's my honor and privilege to be here, and Hesper really truly enjoys being able to launch Christmas in Cambridge at their old heritage City Hall.
There's lots for families to do with the fest, including a play put on by the local schools in partnership with Idea Exchange. Sean Purvis, who helps run the play, says it's about giving kids a chance to showcase their skills.
I kind of see there's a suspicion sometimes towards teenagers from older people and sometimes younger people that they're up to no good, and you hear a lot of grumbling about teenagers, and I like to prove to the community that there's like really great kids out there.
Lawyers, scientists, politicians, it's fact. You go out and look every year, so I know more about what's going on than you do.
The festival also has a choir put on by the local schools and run by the church.
I would say that I think we're fortunate to have this in our community. The Music and Lights, Christmas in Cambridge, we're just lucky to have it.
The lighting of the tree turned the sky into an array of color and song.
Here at the Cambridge Music and Light Festival, the tree has just been lit behind me. The festival's events are going to continue all throughout December with 6 more events headed our way. For SpokeTV, I'm Josh Darwen.
And do you get into the Christmas spirit, Marty?
Yeah, I mean, I always love to see my family, and of course Charlie Brown on TV.
That's all we have for this week. For more stories and information, visit our website at spoketv.ca and follow us on Twitter.